I want to tell you guys about Typeless.
Offer code LTT20 to save 20% off your first Acuity scheduling subscription.
Use the code Premier Basics for 10% off.
Most creators negotiate one thing: price. How much are you paying for the post? And that makes sense. Brand deals are clear, immediate, predictable. But what most creators never calculate is the long-term math. Because when you compare a flat fee to equity, the difference can be dramatic. Let's break it down simply. Scenario 1, the traditional brand deal. Imagine you have 150,000 followers. A fast-growing beverage startup approaches you. They offer you $20,000 for a campaign. You negotiate, you post, you get paid. Great deal. Now let's say your content performs well. It drives traffic, it increases brand awareness, maybe even boosts sales significantly. But your income is still $20,000. The upside stops there. Now let's look at a different structure. Scenario 2, the equity deal. Instead of $20,000 cash, you negotiate $10,000 cash, plus 0.5% equity in the company. Now let's do the math. At the time of your deal, the company is valued at $5 million. 0.5% of $5 million equals $25,000 in paper value. So immediately, your deal is already worth more than the original $20,000. But here's where it gets interesting. Let's say over the next 3 years, the company grows. Maybe they expand retail, raise funding, scale distribution, and eventually, the company exits at $100 million. Your 0.5% stake? That becomes $500,000. You originally accepted less upfront cash, but your upside became 25 times larger than the flat fee. That's the difference between income and ownership. But let's be real. Not every company becomes a $100 million success. So let's run a more conservative example. Same 0.5% equity. Company grows from $5 million to $20 million. Your stake becomes worth $100,000. Still 5 times the original $20,000 deal. And remember, you were going to promote something anyway. The only difference was structure. Why brands are open to this? Early-stage companies often don't have massive marketing budgets, but they have equity. For them, giving up a small percentage in exchange for real distribution can make sense, especially if the creator genuinely aligns with the brand. Equity creates alignment. If the company wins, you win. That changes how you promote. It becomes partnership, not advertising. The risk factor. Now let's address the obvious question. What if the company fails? Then your equity could be worth 0. That's the trade-off. Equity has higher upside, but also uncertainty. That's why many smart creators negotiate hybrid deals. Partial cash, partial equity. This reduces risk while keeping upside open. It's not about replacing brand deals. It's about structuring smarter ones. The real math creators miss. Here's what most influencers don't calculate. If you do 20 brand deals a year at $20,000 each, that's $400,000, strong income, but it resets every year. Now imagine instead that over 5 years, you secured equity in 10 promising companies. Even if only one of them becomes a breakout success, that single outcome could outperform. Years of flat fees. Equity introduces asymmetry. Limited downside, unlimited upside. That's how venture capital works. And creators are beginning to realize they sit at the top of distribution. Distribution is leverage. Leverage deserves upside. The bigger shift. Brand deals are income. Equity is ownership. Income pays for lifestyle. Ownership builds wealth. And the creators who understand this shift stop asking only, what's the budget? They start asking, what's the structure? Where this becomes practical. Most creators don't pursue equity because they don't know how to value companies. They don't know how to negotiate terms. They don't know which brands are open to it. That's why structured ecosystems are emerging to support this model. For example, InfluencerHQ focuses on helping creators participate in companies through equity, rather than only one-off promotions. It creates alignment instead of transactions, not replacing sponsorship income, upgrading it. Final thought. If you only ever take cash, your upside is capped. If you selectively take equity in the right companies, your upside compounds. Brand deals are safe. Equity is strategic. The smartest creators learn to use both. Because the real math isn't about what you earn today. It's about what you own tomorrow.